I'm going to be starting the morning discussing the basic aspects of labor, the terms that are used, and to help you understand, for those of you who have either not had a personal experience with this or have only had one or two or possibly three personal experiences, what it means to go from an intra-abdominal fetus to an extra-abdominal baby. We're going to talk about issues related to birth trauma, and we're going to talk about the Friedman curve and what it means in the 21st century, as opposed to what it meant when Dr. Friedman put this together in the middle of the 20th century. Then we're going to talk about asphyxia in labor. And the promise that I'm making to you is I'm not leaving it here until every single one of you can read a fetal monitor tracing at the level at least of a third or fourth year resident. So the promise, if you're willing to stay, I don't have to leave here until Monday at 7 a.m. when I'm covering labor and delivery. Okay? So if it takes that long and you're willing to stay, you're going to learn how to join me on labor and delivery as a junior resident, and will know enough about the mechanics of labor to avoid birth trauma and the elements to avoid asphyxia in labor. Then Dr. Robinson, who is a senior member of the Division of Maternal Fetal Medicine at the Brigham and Women's Hospital, will be talking about operative delivery, vacuums and forceps delivery. Following Dr. Robinson's talk, Margaret Hickey, the senior nurse manager from the Brigham and Women's Labor and Delivery Unit, will be talking about nursing standards of care from her point of view. Then I come back and we are going to review what I think is an incredibly important document put out by the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, without some controversy, and we can discuss the controversies. This is the Neonatal Encephalopathy Treatise, about 40 or 50 pages, I think chock full of evidence-based observations. Then we go back and we do more monitor tracings. Then, because it's the middle of the afternoon and the glucose levels are changing, we are actually going to be touching each other. I know you don't do that in law school. We do that in medical school. So it's good to be sitting next to someone who wouldn't mind touching you, because one of you will be a fetus stuck in a shoulder dystocia, and one of you will be the physician or midwife resolving the shoulder dystocia, so that you will understand what these maneuvers are, not necessarily just from a slide, but what is actually going on when you hear about the different names of the maneuvers. We then complete the afternoon with more monitor tracings, and I stand here watching one by one of you leave until the last person, Sam, is ready to go. Okay? That's the commitment. I don't go until you know how to read a monitor tracing. Any questions?